Major League Soccer works on an entirely different schedule than the rest of the world. So that's
Yep.
going to destroy competition, the competitive balance. That's going to take away stars. I mean, that's what Don Garber's thinking about here is, and I don't blame him. I'm all for him on this one because I think
Yeah,
it would
I agree
destroy
with that. And
MLS.
the timing of it, the timing of this FIFA announcement is a little interesting too, because you've got the MLS Championship this weekend. So, it's going to be interesting how this discussion continues as the press conferences happen over the course of the next few days leading up to the MLS Cup Championship. Yeah, on the surface, I'm going to say keep it every 4 years.
See, and on the surface, I know what's happening here. It's a money grab by FIFA. They just want to make more money from the countries. But my biggest question still comes down to this. If FIFA decided unilaterally to make the World Cup every 2 years, what could anybody else do? I believe that the leagues and the teams and the national groups, they would have to fall in line because otherwise they would be forced with the consideration that, you mean we can't play for the World Cup right now? We'd lose money, fans, and prestige. They have no choice.
From a FIFA standpoint, I got to believe that they took the temperature and they know what their member countries are feeling. I think when I asked you, what do you think about the popularity of the sport? If they were to do it every 2 years, I think in the short term, the popularity would be there. But I think there would be fatigue after maybe 3 cups in a number of years. But I
Okay,
think
fair.
initially, if they did it, it may work. Again, I'm a purist. I like to see it every 4 years.
But is this then perhaps a power play by FIFA? They already know that they are the most powerful soccer organization in the world. And if they come out and say every 2 years, then they can go ahead and force, and this would probably force, well, maybe, MLS and USL and all the American leagues to come into some sort of a seasonal line with the rest of them, with however everybody else around the world is playing, which would be very
Now you
difficult.
you brought up now you're bringing up something as we're continuing to go down the rabbit hole. Is this a power play by FIFA
Yes,
to bring the United States with the rest of the world in terms of the soccer calendar?
bingo. And is this a power play by FIFA to be the world organization that runs every facet of soccer? Look, I know I'm just blowing this really out of proportion and people are going to go, Ed, you're megalomaniacal here. It doesn't happen. Yeah, it does. The world is getting smaller every day. Everybody is looking to in these sports leagues is looking to soak every single dollar penny that they can of revenue. So if FIFA comes in, the World Cup, and says, you will now abide by our rules. Every organization will kowtow to us. We will be the global center of soccer and run everything. You can call me crazy, but I can see people sitting there just like Gianni Infantino and going, we're going to run everything. Why not?
Well,
And what,
I
what could
was
America do?
no, I think America will have some interesting choices to make.
Wow.
Look, we've got there's a lot of interesting things going on in the United States right now with the domestic game in terms of the professional game. This is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Maybe FIFA is just trying to position themselves to be the end all be all of human existence when it comes to soccer
Why not?
NFTs.
Why
Who
not?
knows?
I mean, I
Yeah.
could see that it would already become a problem because then the United States would say, so what, you're going to run the United States national teams now? And FIFA may say, no, we're not going to run those for you. But if you want to be part of our organization, you're going to have to move with our schedule and how we tell you to play. And then at that point, completely extrapolating, the United States would have to say, okay, because otherwise we don't win a World Cup. And otherwise, then the
Well, in
popularity goes down.
fairness, the
And
United
then the
States hasn't
players
won a World
disappear.
Cup.
And then the players are signing with European teams or African teams or Asian teams or Far Eastern teams because they said, hell, I want to make money. but I also want to play in the World Cup. I mean, we've extrapolated so far now. I mean, the heads are exploding, but
I
I'm
know mine is.
I'm never at the point where I just want to stop because I can see people in sports who want to create a monopoly, and it's happened before.